So the ultimate question is this for content creators. How do we safely make content that won't get taken down or that is transformative and doesn't infringe on anyone's individual property? And the answer is there is no safe way to do this. You are always at risk to have your content taken down or copyright claimed or questioned when it comes to copyright and fair use if you use someone else's individual property in your work. So if you're watching this video, you're probably already familiar with Toei Not Mark and the takedown spree of his videos that Toei Animation has done. Many YouTubers across the AniTube space have already covered their reactions to this video and to the situation. However, there's one thing that people aren't talking about that I think really needs to be discussed, which is what this all means for big and small anime YouTubers alike. As always, my name is Phoenix, but before we begin, make sure you grab your cup because it's time to spill the anime tea. Today I do not have my cup because I'm in a different location than I normally am, but if you have your cup, make sure you put something good in there and drink it. Quick disclaimer before we begin as well, I am not a lawyer. This video is my own personal opinion based off of multiple videos and articles and things that I've read about the situation and how it impacts me and other content creators who make this type of content. With that being said, I will not be going too far into the technical legalities of the situation. I will be referencing some other videos and articles and talking a little bit about it. But as always, if I mess up, let me know politely in the comments and also just check my references so you can get accurate information, which will be available in the description below. Content creators in this space are not new to the concept of fair use and copyright infringement and are used to having to tiptoe around not getting their content taken down. When I myself first started on this channel, I made lots of different kinds of content, including reaction content, some of which was blocked in certain countries around the world and some of which got copyright infringements, which is the reason I stopped making reaction videos. Let's talk a little bit about Toei Not Mark's work. Watching a little bit of his work and going through what he has left basically on his channel, I really appreciated that you can tell that he and his team took the time to make some really epic and enjoyable content, not just throwing up full seasons of anime content on there and calling it a day and then being surprised when the companies come and take them down. No, Toei Not Mark's work actually was transformative. According to copyright.gov, transformative work are those that add something new with a further purpose or different character and do not substitute for the use of their original work, which is a very broad, generic definition that can be looked into in multiple different ways, like everything else in the law. Many would argue that Mark's work fit this definition. Besides that though, there are content creators who have just recently in the past few months have also faced issues with Toei and other companies who have either copyright strike their channel or have put out major copyright claims on them. A few that I can think of are the Anime Man, who is a super huge YouTuber with over 1 million subscribers, or multiple millions of subscribers, I think, who said recently in a reaction to Toei Not Mark's video, he himself also got copyright claimed by Toei Animation, except on his channel, it got copyright strikes, which is very dangerous because 3 copyright strikes on your channel means that your channel can disappear. Another content creator on YouTube I've noticed who had a copyright strike is Anime Culture Corner, who has about 20K subscribers and who has recently not posted in a while because one of his videos also got a copyright strike as well, and he has to figure out how to move on so that he can continue making anime content. And then there's another much smaller YouTuber who has about 2K subscribers known as RTO, who also had a copyright strike not too long ago. And I wanted to show different variations of people with subscribers to show that no one is safe. Just because you have a smaller channel doesn't mean that these companies aren't looking for you. The system in which YouTube has created for copyright holders to search for their content and take down content and do whatever they kind of deem necessary or right in their case to do is equally messed up on all levels. It doesn't matter what kind of subscriber base or view count that you have, they will find you indiscriminately. There is even a huge scandal with Shueisha, which is the company that does the manga licensing for series like Dragon Ball Z and One Piece, similar to Toei, though Toei does the anime side. Shueisha also does the licensing for most Shonen Jump titles. Apparently, they went down and took off content from creators across Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, Twitch, The scariest part of all of that was that Shueisha itself, the company, was not responsible for these takedowns. It was some other third party that had nothing to do with the actual company that was issuing these takedowns and messing up creators' lives. Let's back up a little bit and talk about why it's so easy for YouTube and these other platforms to take down a creator's work. On YouTube specifically, they have what is known as the Content ID system. This system is an automatic process where copyright holders can search for content that uses their materials. And they can choose to issue out one of several actions. They can either take down the video globally or in specific territories or countries. They can request that the videos be taken down and then a strike be added to your channel, or they can request monetization for the video, partial or full or whatever is deemed necessary between the content creator and the copyright holder. What's important to note about content ID claims is that they do not come with copyright strikes. Which, as I said earlier, if you have 3 strikes on your channel will be deleted from YouTube. However, copyright takedowns do. Totally Not Mark's channel got 150 copyright claims. That's why his channel is still up. This is why many people have been putting YouTube to blame for this situation, because it seems that they've made it too easy for copyright holders to issue claims, multiple at the same time within a few days in Totally Not Mark's case, but very difficult to fight it, because you're only allowed to dispute one claim at a time. And these disputes can be very lengthy. All the while, the videos that were taken down remain taken down until an issue is resolved. On top of that, when a company as huge as Toei Animation is involved with all of this copyright infringement and issuing out copyright claims, it's pretty scary because they have so many titles under their belt. You can actually find a list of most, if not all, of the anime franchises underneath Toei Animation on my anime list, and I'll make sure to put that in the description as well. But in Totally Not Mark's case, imagine having your content taken down 150 times over and not even knowing what aspects of the video were wrong, what aspects of the video didn't fall under their fair use, and if they all actually did, then the company could be legally held accountable. However, how is this one person going to go up against a major corporation in another country? And a lot of people like to make the argument that Toei is a Japanese company. They have totally different laws in Japan that don't align with laws in the US and globally, or in this case, Ireland, as I believe that Totally Not Mark channel is based in. But according to lawyers, this is not entirely the case. There's lots of complex legal things that I don't know how to explain, but I will just say that companies need to have a legal understanding of how legal situations such as copyright laws are set up in various locations in which they are submitting the copyright claim. So for example, YouTube is based in the US, they need to have an understanding of how the copyright system works in the US, as well as in Ireland or the UK or wherever Totally Not Mark is from. I'm so sorry, I really don't know. I'm guessing based off of other videos. And I recommend you go watch that other video down here in the description, because there is an entire video that explains why it doesn't make sense to just completely dismiss Toei Animation because it's in Japan and the copyright laws are different. Of course, I can't make this video without talking about how anime YouTubers should continue on in making their content. The whole reason that I made this video is for this section. Before I get there, make sure you like this video. If you're enjoying it so far, make sure you share it with people who need to hear about it. I want to start a whole conversation about this, honestly, because a lot of people are talking about it in big main YouTubers channels, but how do small anime YouTubers deal with this? How are you guys dealing with it? What do you think about the ways that we should continue forward with making our anime content? Copyright and fair use is one of the most difficult parts of the legal system across the world, and the fact that the internet exists now, it just makes it that much more harder to figure out what is right and wrong when it comes to fair use. I will say that if you believe that your work is truly transformative and that it is following the definition by copyright.gov's standards, then you are probably on the best track of what you possibly can do. But just know, again, that your work can still be copyright claimed or taken down, especially on YouTube, and especially with the Content ID system, which makes it so easy for copyright holders to just, put out a little feeler for whatever content is on someone's video and then take it down until it's disputed and figured out. There are other options, other physical options that you can take to take control of your work. Some of these I'm going to be moving towards in the future. It's going to take a lot of time and a lot of work, and it's going to be a lot different than what we're used to seeing on YouTube. But I think the best way to truly protect your work is to go forward with these next steps. The first thing is to use less screenshots and video overlays from anime, from series, from franchises. Eventually, not use them at all, which is pretty crazy to think about, because if you are an anime content creator on YouTube, then you know for a fact that 98% of the content on YouTube that talks about anime shows parts of an anime. So much so that audiences expect there to be video overlays or images of an anime in the video, and if not, they will click away. There is the possibility of stunting your growth. Unless you are already a huge YouTuber like the Anime Man or CDogVA, who already have millions of subscribers and hardly ever show images or video overlays from their favorite anime shows or whatever they're talking about, it's very difficult to grow an anime YouTube channel specifically where it's just like a talking head, because people want to see and they expect to see anime as they watch the video. But on top of that, I just want to show my face a lot more because I own my face. You know, no one can claim this as individual property. This is my face. So I know for a fact that if I put a video where it's just my face, no one can take that down for copyright reasons at least. But one idea I have for this is by creating art, and the art that I want to make is going to be based off of the anime that I'm talking about or the shows that I'm bringing up, the things that I'm breaking down when it comes to anime. Of course, however, this does not make it that much more safer than anime screenshots and video overlays, because like I said, in Totally Not Mark's case, he had videos where he was just showing fan art creations of Dragon Ball Z, and those were also taken down in the 150 videos that were taken off for copyright claim reasons. But moving towards just making your own art and your own work and showing that in your video is probably one of the best ways to go. Or at least the second best way to go, because the first best way to go is to have multiple ways to share your content. Use different platforms, free platforms, paid platforms, make your own platform to talk about, share your work. This is also risky as well because there's not a nice clean system and guidelines like there is on YouTube. These guidelines could also possibly protect you from legal ramifications. However, it's a lot more freeing to have your own platform where you can say and do whatever you want. Because I just want to really remind everyone and cement into people's heads that at the end of the day, YouTube and these other platforms that are free, apparently, that content creators use are subject to whatever rules that those platforms decide. When you're using someone else's platform, they can decide what you can and can't post. They can decide what is taken down from their services. Overall, fair use and copyright infringement are very difficult things to understand. However, I truly am upset by the fact that someone's hard life work that they put out to the world and that they've worked really hard on and they've used to support themselves and their family could be taken down at any moment because of some system that is not even a real stand-in for the law. All of that, of course, with the fact that it can be taken down within a matter of hours and days, and that the YouTube content creator doesn't get the chance to speak up for themselves before the copyright claim is submitted. But to end on a positive and hopeful note, I just want to say that I hope people are staying safe out there. Protect your content, protect your work, try out different mediums, try out different ways of making content, get creative, and do something different. Be yourself. And for those who are not creating content online or on YouTube and are just supporting content creators, then I just suggest that you continue to support your content creators in whatever endeavor that they choose to go down and however they choose to make their content, and just be patient with us because we're trying not to lose our life's work. Make sure you go check out Totally Not Mark's channel and Patreon. And if you want more anime explanations, breakdowns, and everything in between, make sure you subscribe to the Anime Tea if you want to see more of my face and crazy hair. I hope that you stay safe and protect your work and yourself as well. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.